take this control.
Doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Saw love to play through mids in their previous game against Espionage, but they're shut down entirely. Dilides with some stray shots of support through the wall, but they fall upon deaf ears. Instead, it is Glowing and iDisbalance combining, shutting this down already to a 4 versus 2.
Great start right here. Out of the gates, able to find so much success on the CT side. Just one man standing here. Rose Dose needs to find a 1v4, but I felt like such a good setup there for 9PANDAS out of the gates. It seems like they were so prepared for what was being thrown at them there. There's a mid aggression rolling out with all 5 players, only 2 to defend against it. And with one flashbang, they changed the tides in their favor right there. So not a lot of options here for Rose Dose. He's pretty much locked in towards middle here. Has a route out, but they're going to give him the space here. They're not too concerned about taking this fight right now.
Yeah. I like the protocols from 9PANDAS in this situation. Just play twos, you've got the contact taken, and the peek coming in from Klax will close out the round. A strong pistol from them.
Take full advantage of that here. They've just reclaimed that mid control. And now they're back in reinforcing this A-bomb site. So not as much of an option anymore to walk past the smoke. Instead, it's iDisbalance going to take the next point of contact here. And he needs to make sure he's staying safe here. And, well, a 1-for-1 is not ideal. That's still opportunities.
This is great, and all of a sudden, Glowing is entirely isolated. AUG in hand on the B site, has to lock it down. Finds the first, but it's only good for 1. Stories Deagle ringing off a couple of shots as well. Roman in on the mix. And rifle upgrades to be had by the rest of the team. MP9's on the reclear. No Kevlar on any of these Saw players, so very easily be put through the tenderizer, and we start to see that happen. Klax with the first. Back to an even footing, but still, Saw, this bomb is halfway gone, and Seized is made a foe out of a friend in that situation. Bit of tag damage. Keep away for the time being. The plant spot is open. Seized has so much work to do. It is actually on the opposite side. Has the kit available as well. Is looking for the kill, but the time has run out. I'm not even going to get an upgrade, and we'll be dropping to the bomb detonator and be playing Heaven on a deeper angle instead. Looking here as well at Glowing and Dilides tucked to the corner. Putting their backs against Temple. Saw still yet to make a decision as to where they want to end this play, but you've only got 20 seconds or so left to try and work with. Instead, it's 9PANDAS that take the initiative. Klax with 2 kills. All of a sudden, looking at Story being stuck in this mid-corner. But on this occasion, it's just the dry face trying to make it through the double doors. U-Jerks sprays him down. X-rays through the wood. And makes first contact. A double entry for Saw now. Everything put on Klax in main, but spotted through their own smoke. That should be a 4th round now for the Portuguese team.
That's your cue to bail right there after Klax goes down. There goes all of your hope in the round. Right there. I mean, it's such a tough angle for a player to fight with the AWP. You have to worry about that right and left side. And as you can see, iDisbalance was trying to handle both of those angles, but got overwhelmed. And now the exits start to roll on out there. Materis finds one on the fadeaway. Only one rifle can be saved now, and that's not insured. Glowing is at a very committed angle. He's going to get a left and right peek right now from both these T sides. He's already spotted here. This is very much so doomed for poor Glowing. He's not going to be able to escape, or is he? He can fight his way out of this situation here, but just about gets caught by U-Jerks. Which is a bit of a surprise considering how well he's been playing.
Yeah. He's the highest rated player that 9PANDAS have so far in this tournament.
Yeah, right. He steps up, but again, an early lost fight towards middle here. It's just going to be overwhelming. The Hop actually trades him diving through that smoke, and again, this pace change here, they just don't hit the brakes at all. Mid-control established early, as U-Jerks will once again win out on that duel versus Seized, and then 2 players fall on that B-bomb site. You just have no options left other to just save again.
Yeah.
Dilides, a little bit tough position here.
Oh no.
Thought finally there's going to be some relief, but not quite for Seized.
Seized spotted the dink, so wanted to double dip on the engagement, but just about bested by U-Jerks this time around. Bomb deep, aggressive A main play. iDisbalance backing it up with an AWP shot. How exactly does Saw want to react to this one? It looks like they are just going to compound the play towards Connector, but Diligence has managed to hold on for just a moment. Roman's inclusion will wipe them both from the slate. One, all on bomb detonations, so racking up the moolah nice and early. Clax finding 2 to set 9PANDAS on a new trajectory, however. An early advantage isn't something which they've had access to for the previous couple, Zenna.
They're going to be happy with that right there. Man advantage manufactured. They're able to force back the decisive play. And again, C's able to give himself some relief. Winning out on those duels here. Keep an eye on that U-Jerks versus C's head-to-head there as it continues to roll on off towards middle. Next point of contact here. C's will win it again.
Oof.
Amateris, last man standing. Not a lot of good options here. He knows outside of E-Box, side is balance prepared for him, and he will be eliminated. Change of place helps.
It is this main control again that's been good for 9PANDAS, and attack damage through the wall. I was going to say seized on the worst end, but Ujux actually walks backwards, reverses into the flames, and becomes engulfed. I was going to say, I'd expect some more proactivity from them. That's exactly what we get. It's Glowings and Diligence pushing through B main. Again, Roman isolated in that position. They profit massively from finding the frag. Now here's Aristos, planting his feet on the A site. Glowing trying to take a timing. Oh no, the wheels are coming off for 9PANDAS. Looking to try and seize the opportunity of a quick retake. But now sat behind a wall of smoke in Muturus in position to quickly capitalize. This is far from the position that you want it to be in. Aristos continuing to roam up close. Disbalance finds one. Could be the catalyst for the rest to fly back in. Aristos with his double on the round, looking for more. Ooh. Denied. Story's out in the open, but just needs to play the time. Run the clock down. Shot in, connect, but not for enough damage to convert the kill. First player starting to work on the bomb. The flick is excellent. Story.
Pressure here on both prongs to the map. He's going to split that defense up 2-2. There you go. Disbalance taking down Story, taking down his counterpart there. Perfect start here for the Opper. C's as well going to win out on one of his duels. Actually dropping the bomb in that A-side proactivity, working wonders. And Disbalance finding all the fights you could dream of. It's just Muteris. Last man standing. I don't know if he'll expect a player behind the pillar.
Has the bomb. He can beat Diligence. There's a chance at the bomb plant. Rotation has come in pretty quickly from Clax here, though, and he don't miss in those kinds of situations as well, because Saw have put a lot of impetus on this B defense. Seeing the proactivity come through the mains, they know about the mid players now, the cross attempting to be held, but for all intents and purposes, if neither frag is found by each team here, it's going to be a 5 versus 5 retake. No utility on either, so it does come down to the gunplay, and actually the plant a little bit botched. More time afforded, an open setup. Peaks beginning to be taken. Here comes Roman into the site. Saw get underway with the first couple of kills, and in the end, they wipe the floor. It's only C's remaining. The daggers are coming out, but it's a shot to the side of the head. Instead, that'll put him down. Zenna, we didn't want to see that. Or did we? No. I don't know.
No, not seized, man. E-box position on the CT side. Talked about him a little bit in the pregame. A big win condition for their CT side, their defense here, but Story on this A side needs to hold steady.
Oh, just tucks into the corner as Aristos takes that first fight, sets him up for a couple more, and once the P250 is drawn, you feel there's a possibility for a third. Won't happen. Saw keeping the player advantage for now. 9PANDAS not quite catching their footing. In fact, Saw won't even offer the... It's a fight lost in mid by Seized. Action starting to go down on the B site. Ujux delaying a little longer with the flash. Not really enough time to call in the rotation now. The bomb is sat directly in the main choke. You've got to try and find a way to get it across if you don't commit to the push. Yeah, only 15 seconds or so left on the clock, and discounting that 10 with the numbers getting punched in. Yeah, you find a couple of the kills, but you've got to recover the bomb. Center.
Absolutely. Impressive stuff here. Fast towards middle again, but this time the HG blows the smoke open right there and opens up for 2. Muteris is looking to put a quick rest on this map. In fact, they just will. Straight up eliminating 9PANDAS here in the last round. 13-4, a dominating affair here.
An underrepresented region even at the best of times, but they've already proven the quality they have. 9PANDAS putting themselves on the map. Clax with 3 big kills, clattering Saw as they make their way out of the squeaky door. Only Muterus remains, and you can already tell that he's hungry for a 4th, tapping away, seeing if anyone's...
Send that Soul Deagle out towards the outer yard, and everyone's just going to try and pick it up once their teammates go down. Staple for a nuke eco. Swinging for the fences there. Don't expect a player already in secret, but a nice recovery there. Mateus does make that Deagle sink for at least 1.
Nicely worked. A 4v2, and that should be our form of a priority though.
Really here, they are diving into the action.
Oh my goodness.
Jump down in towards Mini. He's fighting already here towards Clax, but Clax still able to fight back here with 2 of his own. This site defense is successful because of Clax again showing up here. It's just glowing left in Mini, but the rotates have already arrived onto the scene here.
I like the idea, but in the end is a ever so slightly failed spray transfer, not opting for the reset, which allows Clax to make the most of the rafters position and find the necessary kills. Incendiary will halt Muterus on the ladder for a moment. Comical state of affairs. Not wanting to knock the paint bucket down and spill it on their head. Red is the color for those wondering. And Muterus is almost bleeding out from this position anyway. I disbalance, just ducking their head away for the moment. Util coming out.
It's good maps for both teams, right? So far, they're showing that they're so competent on this CT side that maybe they will have a little bit of a say in this series after a very tough map loss.
Yeah, the CT side of Nuke would be one way to get back into this. 67% win rate for 9PANDAS on this map. Saw 71. Difference of only 3, but each team equally competent. Muterus down first, not something we've seen often. Usually the one towards the tail end. Glowing gets clipped away at the heels. The tail pulled off. Saw the hunters, 9PANDAS the hunted. Clax again though, still an absolute savage. Survival instincts of his own, proving worthy to double up, and I Disbalance can match him.
So the answers here might not be clear, but I mean, one thing they need to do is take down Slacks here. Make sure that this guy's shut out. Guy has been so successful here, carrying forward some of that silver lining in map 1, but look at this angle, glowing confident as ever. Lines up 3 kills there, no one available for the trade, and everyone hits the deck early.
And you know, what can you recover from this kind of position? Story's going to peek outside with a Tech 9, albeit. Surprised that he's able to get one there for him.
So far, rifle attempts have been thwarted with relative ease this time around. Glowing looking to take another confident duel. Muterus just hits the deck early. Outer yard not an option here when this guy's playing this good. They just can't seem to win on these fights here. Spam rolling on out as well, almost on the line. They're just going to rotate Yalla D's down to take control.
Players not even made their way to Secret just yet. In fact, it's all a ruse. Resetting the course for the A execute, seized up in the heavens. Singular death for him at this point in time. But the Molotov will deny a repeat to deny the plant. So very nicely done by Saw to find the gap that they needed to. Again, just proving the decisiveness that this squad has. And with a singular entry, that might just be enough to shut out 9PANDAS here. Glowing only 8 points of health. Entrusted with keeping that AWP for the next at the very least. Flash into the smoke, Story down into the vents. More damage dealt, and yeah, they are taking these fights, 9PANDAS, but far from winning them. Glowing needs to get out and try not to die from the full damage either. That is Saw getting on the board.
Quick little reroute right.
A little bit slower, lots of util coming out. I Disbalance sits amongst the scorched earth. Jump on the cross, follow up on the second, still aware of it, but a nice little set piece from Saw to get themselves ramp control early.
Fantastic setup right there in such crucial real estate already manufactured here. They want to look to even just further it. Smoke's already in here. Utility tossed out. Yalla has to be on back there. Smoke Spam almost on the money right there, just splitting the goalpost a little bit. And so the site will be claimed eventually. Numbers going to be punched in. And now it comes out to some of these lurking players in the post splits that they can establish to really win this round, to seal the deal.
It's not too often you see, you know, the BXZ come in and the smoke be tossed towards the comms, for example. So it has allowed a much stronger reposition here. Aristos up on the rafters, making so much value out of this. Flash drop to the silo instead. It blinds the player trying to come through. Squeak door seized with another. Muturus 1 versus 2. Unable to clutch up for his team so far, but this would be the opportune moment. Sort, they need this so badly. It's a 5-second timer waltzing around the side. Muturus murders them both. A sore second. Less than 30 seconds left. Saw have got to try and execute now. Muturus does find the opening pick. They know about both of these players up in heaven. It's a nade tossed to the planter. Aristos catching a little bit of it, but Saw still fairly healthy for what it's worth. 9PANDAS looking to try and find an opener back in, but actually should just be the save from them here. 2 players in secret. I disbalance checking for the vent drop, but it is one which will not come. Ujerks even taking away the AWP and Story. Cheeky run boost onto the top of Garage. Glowing already expecting this swing to be coming in from Ujerks as they drop on down. Shot's not quite connecting, makes an absolute meal of it. Story seals the deal. The roof gets some new tiling. And Saw again finding the initiative here very early into the round. A little bit of a pace change in how they took outside on this occasion, but it has worked.
Fantastic look there. And he's trying to get a little bit cheeky. We'll be able to put him down with relative ease. Now, last 2 players right outside of the hut. See what they can do here from this point forward. Economic damage would be nice. But we get towards the tail end of the half here. Might not mean too much. No save successful. Saw gonna close in some of these winning rounds here. Now this time around, 9PANDAS don't over-rotate towards that lower site. They're gambling on A, and they're right to do so.
Yeah, it's, I mean, really nice how Saw have just been flicking over page for page, trying something different every time, but still meeting the same result. And even with the ending foretold, 9PANDAS can't help but read it off the page. It's going to be a Saw fin. I disbalance. Locked out without a key, and that
evening out the odds here against 9PANDAS.
Well, HE into the outside smoke. Roman ends up falling. Bit of pressure from 9PANDAS into lobby. First time that we've actually seen them go for something a bit more aggressive. So first couple of rounds really where Saw were doing everything for them. Glowing in the corner. You need to find Muturus, and look, he will just about. But again, not the cleanest state of affairs here for 9PANDAS. Saw making the absolute most out of it. Player at the deficit. And pushed into the corner of the map. Secret is the only real outlet that they have at their disposal at this point in time.
Do you have that man deficit as well? So we'll see if they can take advantage of the control that they do have here right now. A couple different options here at the disposal right now. Of the
like Aristos probably has the best positioning out of a lot of them, right? A little bit closer towards A.
It's all about if he uses it, though. It doesn't seem like he's too interested in making a move. Ujerks just fallen. Ooh, I just bounce drops the bomb.
I don't think Aristos is going to get the opportunity that he would have been vying for here. 9PANDAS end up...
Series back is necessary here.
Bit of a buffer, MR12 as well, right? Pistol and anti-eco conversion can be the difference. I disbalance finds the first. 9PANDAS afforded all of the outside control that they needed early on. This one looks to be working out for them. Roman's got to go huge from the corner, and you are simply asking too much. Aristos coming in from behind. Restoring a little bit of order here for the CT side. Muturus could be on for some more himself, but it won't happen. Now 1 versus 3 required of the young gunner. to pull this one apart, and with the door opened, Glowing can reposition quite nicely on top of Hut. Aristos playing very close, hugging the wall to try and bait out these peaks. Spots the second player, takes them down. Surely there isn't a chance here. Oh, I can't believe it, Aristos. There's a little bit better on the weaponry front. AK paired with 2 Galils and a couple of the Mac 10s. It is the Galil that gets to work first. Story is down and out from Secret, and there will be a second player here, Muterus, to try and follow it up. Creeping ever closer to the peak, just trying to spot out Glowing and taking them down.
What's the advantage of getting the bomb plants? Even if you win a 1v3, you give over that bomb plant, you know the investments are going to be fierce here. Auto shotty to defend against the AKs, and you don't like his odds. So Rose Dose this time not going to stand as tall. Jerks getting to work here as well. Could save the day. Play on the back of Silo. There's just too many numbers, and 9PANDAS frustrated.
And having lost your force by now, we're expectant that 9PANDAS will deliver a double digits. Already out on A, Clax just calling to the rest of his team. Guys, it's clear. His voice can be heard echoing the empty hall where the silo sits. Dillides finding one, and now Lobby under siege. Should be dealt with quite effectively. Muterus picking up one, as does Story. It is the former of which that now hold.
For the rest of the roster here, they've got A1Ss. They've got a little bit of proactivity rolling towards the ramp room, and it works out well for them.
Nice. How much more do they want of this, though, Saw? You can see players are making their way out of ticket. They've swarmed the lobby. iDisbalance watching down over them from the skies, but Aristos can smell something in the vent and fires a couple of empty shells up to him. Comes tumbling back down the ladder, the corpse. And with U-Jerks finding one onto Glowing as well, and Clax's position noted, that calls in a swing. Remember the one that gets taken down, the auto shot, he's still trying to bite back. Saw have got to be careful here. Could very much be the round which breaks the comeback for them. And think about some of that excess weaponry as well that have been lost in the crossfire.
Absolutely. Huge gains here for Clax. If he can even just plant the bomb or find another kill, if he can win this round, like you said, that can break the spirits. No one rotating down the vents just yet. Finally, one player going to do so. Clax with the molly. I think that's going to be his demise. Yeah. A little bit unfortunate on the timing right there, but roster to move right behind him. And Clax can cut off rotations here, so it's going to be up to U-Jerks and a Rose Dose with the auto shotty.
How much does Saw know about this? U-Jerks is here, and they'll have heard the steps. Here comes Dillides, the XM! Not good for a kill. Such impactful involvement, but U-Jerks is such a hard clear in this kind of a position. Yeah, there's not very much time left, and the bomb needs to be planted. I don't know how quick this follow-up is going to be from Saw. Roman is here, takes the first, sees, gets the plant off, but not the round. What a spray. And seized, taken down by Roman, who saves the day for Saw.
Oh man, the clutch factor rolling on outright.
First player, not to mention first map. You really want to close out here, but Story will only compound the pain that they are feeling. The walk into ramp is one met with trepidation. Saw have handled this brilliantly. Double digits beckoning them the whole way along, and as iDisbalance rears his head to the A site.
This is the first chance here for a lead right now for the side of Saw. Tied scoreline evaded them in that first half, but now a chance. They're going to lobby crunch here. 2 players inside the hut, 2 players over towards ramp. This is great. A great opportunity. As you can see, the distraction from hut and then the strike from ramp. Perfect unison there.
Like, what a round to make that call on as well. And they've sort of shown us aggression. But in round number 21, with an opportunity of taking the lead, it almost excites them and makes them want to go for it even more. but again, delivering pain when exactly it is required of them. Bomb recollected. Seized needs to find these kills lower, thick and fast. Even to that extent, with the lobby control established by Saw, you've repositioned 2 onto the site already.
It's gonna be another one of those calls here. We're talking 25 seconds. This is just not enough time. They're making some contact here over towards Mini. 20 seconds left now.
Yeah, it's an A
I guess
play.
they could dive in towards this A side. That's the only option, though.
Also going to be looking at Seized in Vent. Actually going to re-clear back upwards. 8 seconds left. You've got to try and play the objective. It has to be planted now, and it won't. Saw have already taken it. Whether that was under any doubt or not, they cast
Advantage in some sense here, but walking into this story, AWP is not an ideal prospect. This guy's been sharp.
Players have crossed. A reposition behind the smoke. Wax finding one. Steps may be heard. Incendiary coming in can hold them at bay a little longer. Aristos once more prevalent in the kill feed. Players having worked their way behind. U-Jerk's dropping. Muterus is low. Oh no! Idis balance! Able to correct his sights so brilliantly. What on earth is going on? Session, one in which they can adapt the setup for. 9PANDAS grouping up. Ready for the play mini. Smoke about to fade. Roman on the opposite side. Muterus in ladder room as well. Into the lockers. Glowing. Gets boxed up. The forever box, that is. Muterus in for a second peek. It's absolute havoc outside. 9PANDAS doing it on their terms. Trying to wreck this defense as much as they possibly can. Clack spotted. Roman on the reposition. Unrelenting the limit testing that we're seeing here. Clack's somewhat aware of it, and I think this hold could be devastating for Roman. Should not expect that kind of a peak. Now Aristos again in the clutch. Finds the first, looking for the second, and he knows it! Saw go for a vent dive of their own. They leave Roman upstairs.
There's a whole team spotted right there by Story. He's just got all the information in the world to confirm where these players are.
This fun little smoke that he's trying to play around too. Seeing if anyone's going to peek, maybe through garage. Seized. That's the bomb. Already showing the shoulder. Story aware of it. Anti on the first. Maybe expecting the second to be pushing in. This is such a strange play from 9PANDAS. They're trying to wrap around and constrict the A-hold, but Saw reverse engineer it for themselves. U-Jerks now, with the benefit of verticality, he has the high ground, and Saw only have 30 seconds separating them from reaching the playoff stage against another of the invited teams and one of the best that we saw coming into this level of the competition. Finally, the execute gets underway. Aristos holds on for one more. It's only Idis balance, and they are gone. Statement from Saw. They take the